Hello, welcome to tutorial number 20 for CSCI 130 Introduction to Programming here at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside. For this tutorial, we are going to implement the application listed in chapter 12 from your textbook, and the requirements are there. You can see that what they want us is to create a security panel in which people is gonna key their password, the codes, the security codes, and takes me too long to move to the next here. Like on figure 12.3, this is what they want. I mean, there will be a text box in which the user is gonna key their code, and they say in the description that, for example, if the number is between 1645 to 1689, that's a technician. That means if we key 1650, then it should be that we're giving access to a technician. 8345 is a custodian, and 9998 is a scientist. The same with the range, and also those with the range with 1006 to 1008. Anything else is should be access denied or is wrong. So here, what we need to do in Visual Basic, we're gonna have a form that has a text box here. I mean, a text box like 12 buttons. A list box. We were practicing list boxes before. Another label over here. This is a label. So it's one text box, a list box, those buttons. So I already have mine on created to save some time. So you don't have yours done, maybe you should pause the tutorial and create it. So again, one more time, I got a form. I changed the title of the form. I changed the color of the background to the one that you see. Here is a label. Here I have another label. This is a list box. This is a text box, and these are buttons. And then I change also the colors and the font, made the numbers a little bigger, and then when I press F5, it looks like this. So far it's doing nothing, so maybe it's a good time for you to pause it, and once you are done you should come back. Okay, now in here they give you in some of the figures some examples. Like here they have a password, I mean a code that was wrong, so they're gonna insert here the time that somebody was doing that, and the access deny. I think they have another example here. So a scientist type they typed the code and they got access. So this is another example of a sample execution. So basically what we're gonna do from this chapter is this is like the algorithm. We're gonna have a select case. So when the number is less than 10, then it's gonna say assistance requested. When the number is between this range, we're gonna do this. When the number is 8345, we're gonna do this. We could do the same thing with if-else statements, but we want to practice the select case. Okay, and so this is the indication. Okay, we're gonna have this. If everything is okay, then whatever is the message, we're gonna put that on the list box. So the list box, remember, is a collection of items. We are gonna follow the code that is presented in figure 12.16. So let's go and work on that. So the enter button is the one that they have with the pound sign. Okay, and each one of the buttons you see, like the 0, the 1, they are just adding that symbol to the text box. We did something similar when we were working with the calculator previously. So let's do that. So I'm gonna click on number 1, and then I'm gonna say I only have a text box. So what I'm gonna do is my text box 1 dot text, equals to whatever I have on my text box, 1 dot text plus the 1. But I'm not doing an addition, but what I'm doing a concatenation. So you see here the symbol to concatenate is the ampersand. So I'm gonna say that's the dollar sign. The ampersand is on top of the 7, 1. Okay, so let's press F5 and see the number 1 works. So if I press 1, it's the 1 there, press 1. So what I'm doing is concatenating, and I'm adding the 1 to the 1 there. Okay, so that's what we're doing over there. So now 2 doesn't work, so we need to do the same with the others. Now we, in one of the other chapters, we say that when we changing something like this that says, okay, we are getting the text box and we're adding this, we say, oh, we got a shortcut. We can do the following. We can take this away. So what we got wasn't wrong, but there is an alternative. So we do this. Okay, so let's see if that works. We press F5. Okay, that works. So that also works. Okay, so now we're doing the same for number 2. So we're clicking on number 2. So what we're gonna do is copy this, paste it, and then number 2. Now we're doing the same for number 3. The same for number 4. Paste it, change it to 4. We do the same with 5. There. Then we do that with 6, 7. Should probably pause it and let you do that by yourself. It's gonna take a lot of time. 8. 9. And let's check what they have for the 0. So the 0, yeah, they're doing the same thing. Okay, so go back over here. We click on the 0. There. Let's press F5. Now all these buttons should work, but the 0, but the C and the pound. Okay, so now we can do the C2. So the C is basically to clear. So let's click on the C so we can paste it again. But now what about if we do the following? What about if we do this? Let's see if that works. That's my empty string. So if I press F5 and then I'm typing something and then I can press C, then it's clear. Now we got multiple options because we can do something like this: string dot empty. I don't know, you remember that? So let's press F5. So clear, beautiful. And the book, I think, is presenting a third way. Let's see, that is over here. 5, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Clear button. They do the text box dot clear. So we got another way. So none of this is wrong. We just exploring alternatives. So we can do dot clear. Okay. So I think I need to take away the text. Yeah, it should be without text. I'm sorry here. There, perfect. Sorry. There. So my third way. So again, we got this, and then C clears. Good. So now we got all the buttons working, but the pound. So now the pound is the one that actually is gonna check for the access code. So for that we're gonna use the select case statement. So let's see over here. So they have two variables. One is a string and one is an access code that is an integer. So okay, so let's get dim, let's call this code as integer, and then dim message as a string. Okay, now I'm sure we're gonna get the code from the text box, right? And then they clear that. Okay, so we're gonna say code equals the numerical value that is on text box 1 dot text, and then they also clear the text box, which makes sense. Text box 1 dot clear. Okay, so let's check what else they have. Okay, now we got a select case, and then we say select case. So we're checking for which cases? So we're checking for the code, and then we're gonna hit enter, and that's the end select for me. And now we're gonna have the cases. So the first case is less than 10, so we say case is less than 10, then we assign the message, which is a string, to be so equals, so they say assistance requested. Okay, so that's the first case, and I'm gonna continue typing the other cases, but I'm gonna pause now because I got already 12 minutes, and then it's too the file becomes too big. So I'm gonna finish with this on tutorial number 21. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right now.